good evening, and welcome to MJ Live, the Business Connections show. We are back after a couple of weeks away. We've been away for a few weeks, but we are back. It's the 1st of April. The first quarter is out of the way, and we are rearing to go for the second quarter. We're going to crush it. It has been already an incredible year so far. This quarter has been amazing, and you're going to hear about it during this show and the coming shows. We have a lot of great information for you, and we have an amazing guest today. So let's go ahead and have our quick countdown to give you guys a chance to come on in, and then we will get this thing moving. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great evening. Get yourself comfortable. We're going to be right back in about 3 minutes, guys. Welcome to MJ Live. It's been a couple of weeks, like I said at the beginning, but we are back. We are back. We took a little bit of a break just to recuperate, and there are so many other things going on, which I will share with you as time goes by. It's such an exciting time at the moment. I want to welcome Gary Dixon is here. Welcome to you, sir. Welcome to Reggae Ellis. And welcome to, let's see who else is here. It says Facebook user, but I know to go to my group. It's Rosemary Adamson Lewis is also here. Rosemary, how are you doing, ma'am? How you doing? Long time no talk. I got to catch up with you and tell you what's going on. It's good to be back. It's good to have you all. Please just tell one or two people that we are back. Tell 2 or 3 people. Tell as many people as you like. Why don't you? I hope you're doing well. We have a great show lined up for you. Our first show back after just a couple of weeks break. And we are going to have somebody who's very dear to me come on and share some business tips. She's a magnificent person, and she will be sharing some knowledge for you guys. Welcome, Veronica. Nice to have you with us. Welcome. Whoever is here, if you would just share it to your page, share it to a couple of people. Let people know that we're back and that we are sharing information. As always, we like to give you good content each and every week. Whenever you come here, guaranteed you're going to learn something, and you might even be inspired. Chances are you will be inspired, right? Now, tell me something. Have you been inspired by a previous show? If you've been inspired or entertained or educated, informed by any of my previous shows, any of my previous guests, I would love you to just say inspired or informed or educated or whatever it is you have received in any past show. I would just love you to share that right now in the comments. That would be so awesome. This is an interactive show, so go ahead and share. Welcome, Kimberly Sumter. Welcome, Veronica. Welcome, Gary. Welcome, Reggae Ellis. Welcome, everybody here. Dr. Rose. Welcome, everybody here that is tuned in. It's good to have you. Welcome back, Kimberly. I've been away for a couple of weeks, but I'm back in full effect for the second quarter. Had to take a couple of weeks off at the end of the last quarter, but we do have an exciting show. She's coming up any moment now. Good to have you guys. It's good to see your smiling faces on your pictures. Even though we don't have a live audience of you, me looking at your pictures or your videos, it's good to see your pictures. All right. So I do have a quick little message for you before our guest comes in. And today I want to talk to you about high frequency, having a high frequency life and doing high frequency things. So my first quarter of the year has been pretty much a high frequency month. Quarter. It's been a high frequency quarter. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by a high frequency quarter? Well, number one, I decided to change my entire diet for 3 months. It was a 90-day fitness and diet and health challenge I set myself. Nobody else, just me. Thank you so much. All great episodes, but Timothy Moore was my favorite. Wow. That was awesome. I'll let him know. Have you guys connected, by the way, Kimberly? You guys should definitely connect. Let me just remind you guys, please share it. Please just tag 1 or 2 people in the comments, and that will bring them in. I know this is the first show back after a few weeks, so I know that the activity is probably going to be a little bit low today, but that's all right. As soon as our guest comes in, we're going to rock this thing. So yeah, high frequency life. I was talking about changing my health, my diet, my fitness regime for the first quarter. 90 days. I set myself a 90-day fitness and health challenge. And as you can see, looks like my dress is actually falling off me now. Looks like my dress is falling off because I've lost actually 25 pounds. 25 pounds. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You guys can't tell because I'm down here behind the camera. But during that time, it was like I was living a high frequency life. Everything was clear. My brain was clear. I was able to consume so much more information. The amount of information that I consumed over the last 3 months was just so high. It was just crazy. So that was the first part, was the fitness and the health and everything. And why was I doing this? Well, I realized that hey, Susan, welcome. Please tell a friend. I noticed that over the 2020 year of COVID, where most of us were locked up at home, I was putting on pounds. I was eating a lot of ice cream. Ice cream is my favorite thing. I was eating a lot of ice cream, a lot of cakes, a lot of cookies, a lot of junk food, a lot of stuff that was not good for me. And I was putting on the pounds. Now, a lot of people really didn't notice, but I noticed. And I said to myself at the beginning of the year, I need to get back into the body, the shape that I want to be in. And that's exactly what I did on January 1. I set myself a 90-day challenge, and yesterday was the end of the 90 days. So I totally crushed that. I totally blew that out of the water. High frequency life as far as fitness, health, diet. I even got a fitness coach for the last month of that last 3 weeks of the challenge. I got myself a fitness coach, and she's been helping me with the tightening up of the body, the strength and the weights and the boxing and everything. And we're having such a great time. That is my coach, Coach Tia, Coach Althea. We're doing training every two times a week. Sometimes 3 times a week we're going to be doing. So that's been going for the last 3 weeks, and that's going to continue. So that's high. So we've taken it up to another level, high frequency in the fitness department. Thank you, Monsieur de Mers. You did it again. Exactly. Once I set my mind to something, I decide to do it. And there are a few reasons why I wanted to do it. One is just for me. But 2, there might be some activities, there might be some events coming up. There might be some events coming up in 2021. Who knows, 2022, there's going to be some events. There might be some places that I want to go. When I go back home to England, man, I got to be slamming, man. I got to be looking tip-top shape. Who's this? I can't see the person's name. Let me just see who this person is here. I gotta flick over. Oh, that was Rosemary. She said, I was truly blessed when you had me on your show. Due to that exposure, I was able to help quite a few people. Wow, you look amazingly thinner. Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Rose. That is so nice to hear. We always like to hear those compliments. So thank you so much. And Marcia says, congratulations. I did it again. All right. So what time are we on? I think it's time for our guest. She's already here, and she is waiting to come on in. I am so happy and privileged, excited and blessed to have somebody so special. I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to share the post. 1 more minute to share the post before I bring up my guest, who is looking so amazing, so fly. Here we go, guys. Here she comes. Hey, Anna.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I was looking at you. I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you're making a girl feel bad. No, you look amazing. You always look amazing. But no, one thing I have to say, I'm so proud of you because you really go ham and you go in. And that's what it's about. So yeah, I love it.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my cousin. Listen, guys, this is my cousin. This is blood here. This is. I love your hair, by the way. This is family.
I'm trying. I'm not as hot as you, but I'm trying. So I'm trying.
Listen, you should show us your T-shirt. Anna Miss Thang.
Oh, yeah.
Blossom.
This is
we're gonna get into this. So first of all, I want to thank you, Anna, for coming on my show tonight. I know you stayed up late. You look absolutely great.
I'm tired, but it's an honor.
Even though you're probably tired, but we can't tell.
Amen. Praise God.
We can't tell. And also, you are in the UK right now. What time is it in
correct.
The UK right now, for those who don't know?
It is 1:14 a.m.
I love your new hairdo, first of all.
Thank you.
This
is my last. I'm like you. On Monday, I start my challenge, 14 days with no sugar. And then I'm going in for the rest of the time. And for the 90 days of just like going ham on getting rid of this. Well, for me, I had a crisis, so gained some weight, but it's going gone. See?
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, everybody, let me just give you the official introduction for my cousin, um, Anastasia, otherwise known as Anna Miss Thang. Looks like you're having a little bit of a freezing thing there, but show me some movement there, Anna, because it looks like you've frozen a
Am I have?
little bit.
Oh yeah, I've just seen it. Hold on, something.
Okay,
Let me
I
try and
think you're
work
back.
something
I
out
think you're
here.
back.
Hold on. Yeah, it's back. Do you know what I have to say? I feel like in the UK they don't want you. They want you to go to bed, and so they make the internet seem to slow down somehow.
Okay, we're not gonna have that. Everybody, I'm going to introduce you to my cousin Anastasia Ross, who is a lifestyle and business coach. She is a woman with a victory story, which I think we're going to go into a little bit. I'll allow you to tell a little bit of your story. But again, I want to welcome to MJ Live, the Business Connections segment today. Can you just first of all introduce yourself to everybody and tell us a little bit about your backstory?
Yeah, well, I am Anna Miss Thing, and I like to call myself the growth coach because I incorporate the living healthy lifestyle mindset as well as business. And so, coming from the varied background that I have, which is legal, child services, as well as education, I've just sort of amalgamated everything, and I'm just like, now supporting as many as I can. It's that thing about leaving a legacy. It's not just about your financial investments and wealth, but also your health, investing in your health, and also in people. And that's definitely something that I like to do.
Mm. Tell us about this crisis that you had. What made you sort of change your perspective on things? I would imagine.
Yes. Oh, it's lagging again.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I may have to, it might be me, so I might come out and come back in if it doesn't behave itself.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and do that.
Okay, let me come out and come back in.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So,
All right, everybody. This is MJ Live. We are here every Thursday. We took a couple of weeks off, but we're back. We're back in full effect. And my guest is going to come back in, hopefully with a better signal. She's dialing in from the UK. We normally have a better signal than this, but I think her network might be just giving her a little bit of trouble, but it's all right. If you're here and you're happy and you're grateful for whatever it is, just give me a message in the chat room. Just say something today. What is making you smile today? What is making you happy? We're in the second quarter already, guys. We're in the second quarter. And for the second quarter, I am going to go even higher on this frequency thing. You're going to hear me talking about the high frequency a lot because I'm talking about high frequency in health, high frequency in wealth, high frequency in information. Ooh, we get ready, people. Okay, looks like we're back.
let's try this.
Adam is saying, tell us a little bit about this crisis that made you have a different perspective on things.
Well, 20 years now, actually, which is a shock. I
Oh.
had my first clot. And after 3 years of madness, as I call it, I got diagnosed with lupus. And since then, I've had different issues, as you can say. And unfortunately, when you have a flare up or a crisis, that's what happens. So last year, I had another clot, unfortunately, which 2 years ago, I started to gain weight rapidly, and also just kept crashing, just falling asleep anywhere, whatever. Anyway, after nearly having two car accidents, I then found out that I had hypothyroidism. So
Oh,
that's added to everything else. So my thyroid's gone to bed or on strike, as I like to say. And so now I'm on a mission to wake it back up.
wow. I actually, even though we're related, I didn't know about the thyroidism.
Yeah.
And guess what? Since we are family and we can be a little bit open about this, since you've already mentioned that actually runs in our family. Did you know that?
Yeah. So
Yeah, and I have hypothyroidism and have the thing to prove it too.
yeah. See, yeah, yeah. I've had to go through that different, scans and whatever. But at the moment, they said the thyroid is good, but they're keeping an eye on it. And I
Yeah,
just take medication. But I'm just, as I said, I'm a lupus warrior and I'm determined that nothing is going to stop me from living my best blessed life. You
beautiful.
will have down days, but you can't lay down. You have to get up when you've got that energy, when you've got that strength, and you just have to enjoy and live.
Exactly, exactly. All right. So you're here to teach us today a little bit about, well, you introduced it because you had a very interesting title for your talk today. What was your title?
It's about getting fat, y'all. Nobody likes to get fat, but we're talking about being fabulous and thriving, people. Fabulous and
Oh,
thriving.
yes. Fabulous and thriving. No more fat because I just came back from trying to get away from being fat.
And that is the thing. And as I said, I when I went last year, just before lockdown, I was supposed to have an operation. And you go to the doctors and you're already apprehensive, and then they tell you, oh, can you get on the scales, do whatever, and I'm already distressed. And then afterwards, he writes things down, does whatever. He says, well, due to the fact that your BMI is this much, and that's body mass index, in case anyone doesn't know, we can't perform the operation at present. You're going to have to lose like a minimum of 30 pounds. And so I was so angry, so hurt, so upset. And I was like, you're making out like I made myself this size. I was in such a state. So I left the hospital practically boo-hooing and driving home, like, oh my God. And then as I was driving, I was like, I'm not fat. I'm not fat. I didn't make myself like this. And as I continued, I just kept saying the word fat. I was just like, I'm sorry, you're not going to make me feel bad if I'm fat. No, I got to make fat positive. I got to make fat happen. I got to make fat become something. And as I drove, I just kept saying, yeah, I'm fabulous and I'm thriving. That's it. I'm fabulous and thriving. I got this.
Fabulous and thriving. So you've just
Yeah.
you've turned a negative into
Mhm.
a positive.
That's correct. Yes. I was not going to allow the doctor's say of whatever to take me down. And I actually did lose that 30 pounds last year. So I'm aiming to lose another 40 this year to get back to my ideal weight. So
And
that's
you
it.
can do it. And you can absolutely do it.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have to teach us today?
So today I'm going to teach you 6 simple steps on how to excel, not only in business, but just in your life and even in your parenting, because I'm also starting from this month my Let's Parent Teen 101. And so a lot of parents have been coming to me throughout the pandemic on how to support and guide their young people because, they've all been in quarantine and lockdown.
Yeah.
And so I've been working with a lot of parents on that. So I've done a 13 step program to support parents. So it's just something to encourage everybody, not just in your business, but in your personal life as well. So if I could just share the screen, I've got a little.
Sure. You should start to share, and then it should give me a message.
Okay, hold on. So share screen. There you go.
There you see. Okay. I'm gonna just add this as soon as it comes through. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Alrighty then. Go
There
for it,
you
my
go.
dear.
So really, In everything that we do, like you did, you gave yourself a challenge. You said 90 days, you focused, you got people to think, and you went ham. You just went in on it. And that's really what it's about. And for many of us, just to do the simplest things, especially since we've sort of been in limbo over the past 12 months, it's about regaining that focus. So this is just that simple step on guiding you on how to do that. So let's go. So focus, okay? What is it? It's many of us can focus, and it's defined as a center, interest, or activity. But what I look at is focus is what you desire, what you really want. So even when you're having a conversation, and you know there's many of us that say, oh, I'm multitasking, but you might be on your phone or you might be on the computer, you do whatever. But when you generally do have an interest and you are purposeful, you will pay attention and you will focus to the individual that is speaking to you. So this is what it is. You're placing it in a chain of orbiting priorities, and rather than giving it 100%, you're splitting it up into importance with other revolving tasks. So Warren Buffett, as we know, a well-known person, he says there's a 5-25 rule, which states that out of 25 things you'd like to achieve, your top 5 should be the only ones that get your focus. So a prime example, the 14-day challenge that I'm going to start on the 5th, I need to make that one of my top priorities. No sugar, I'm going to die. Well, I'm not really, but it's gonna feel like that. And I've done it before, but
Right.
it can be harder when you go in. But that's going to be one of my focuses. And then, as you know, as I said, I'm focusing also on parenting teens 101. So that's going to be another one of my focuses. So it's just making sure that you prioritize the things that are important within your life. Okay. So what's the power of focus? It states that out of 25 things you'd like to achieve, your top 5 should be the only ones that you get your focus. So in response to that, what factor do you feel has been the most important in getting you to where you've gotten to in life? Now, that is a big question. What
Ah.
have you done so far that's got you to where you are in life? And even if you're not in the best place or you're not where you think you should be, but you have come this far. So for that, you can give yourself a pat on the back. And for all of you that are still here, especially under our sound of our voice, you're not dead. Sadly, many lost their lives last year. So
Oh.
you're still here. So you've done great things up until this point. And it may even seem like small baby steps, but they've got you right here. So if you're not focused, you can't get the simple tasks done. So do you know when you're saying, oh, I'm going to clean the house, and you say you're going to do the laundry, I'm going to do the what, I'm going to vacuum, and I'm going to make meal prep, and I'm going to do this, and then something happens. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot the laundry. Oh my goodness. And then you'll be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. What happened? You lost focus. Okay. And an out of focus picture displays a lot of pixels, but nothing is clear. So you may be getting a lot of information at once, but you can't quite discern what it is. Focus paints you a whole picture and leads you to your results. So especially if you want to get in business, you've got that business idea, you've been dreaming of something, you've got a talent that you really know can make a change to your life. You no longer want to work for someone else. You now want to be your own boss. How will you focus on that dream and that vision? That's very important. So the big picture, defining your big picture is about knowing what you want. Oftentimes, we allow people to give us their ideas. We allow people to tell us, well, you know what, you're very good at this, or you really should try this. But is that what you really want? And sometimes, even though our families are our biggest cheerleaders, oftentimes they can be some of the biggest deterrents. And so you really have to set your mind and get the big picture so that you're not distracted to focus on your goals. Okay. So what else have we got? We're going to look at Remember, we're just talking about simple steps. Begin by thinking about your current work processes. How do you work currently? And what can you do to change that, to up your positivity? So if you're like Melissa here, as you saw, she had that plan. She went forward. She gave herself 90 days and she was checking down and she said, I finished on what she was on it. What are you doing? What is your current process? And what do you need to do to focus on your tasks? And how are you going to tackle the new assignment or challenge that you're going to give yourself without getting distracted? Means you have to assess that. You need to be able to assess what are your focus pullers. So do you like a certain soap on a weekday afternoon? You are now going to have to maybe remove that or put that to record. So when you do take a break, you can maybe binge watch it all. But remember, your dream, your goal is what you're now trying to work towards. How about eliminating? This is the step that is all about deciding your ultimate focus. Determine what you want to give 100% to. And I love to talk about this part in a relationship. At the beginning when you meet that special someone, you give them 100%. You'll be on the phone at night and you'll be like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. That's what I want you. Eliminate everyone else. And your friends are like, I've been trying to call you. And you just like, oh, I was unavailable. That's what you need. Right now, you need to give 100% to whatever it is that you want to achieve, because only you can put in all you need for you. No one else can do it. So decide which part of the frame you want to be clear and allow everything else to be more blurred. Okay. Now, here's one that we often don't do, especially if you are one of those men and women. But I know, especially with women, you don't want to be seen. And it's been discussed of late about women in the workplace and how they've had to fight just to get to some of the positions that they're in, due to the fact that, women can often have been seen that, oh, well, you're going to go and leave to have a baby. So you're not really a good fit for certain roles and things. And this is where sometimes you take on everything for yourself. You want to be seen that I can be a great mom, but I'm the soccer mom. I'm the working mom. I'm the best sister. I'm the best. And you do everything and you don't delegate. Sometimes your kids are great little helpers. Let them help. You're teaching them responsibility, and it allows them to learn that it's not all about them. When you're at work, it doesn't mean you're weak. If you ask for some assistance, it means you're learning to delegate and you're allowing other people to be great in their skill set, when you can then focus on what you're good at. So you get what you're good at done well. Okay. Delegation is your friend. It's your Marvel hero, and I'm a Marvel girl, not so much DC, but I do like Wonder Woman. And your new tool to be successful in your life of focus. Now, here's a big word: prioritize. When you have a million things going on and you can't attack them all at once, your first inclination is probably to prioritize. You may not even realize how strategic that you have been, but prioritizing tasks is a great strategy, and it comes into play when you focus. So remember, that business deal, that new venture that you want to get into, how are you going to prioritize? And you may have to tell some people in your family, do you know what? I want to make this happen, and I may not be able to go out with the girls. I may not be able to babysit. I may need you as my partner to take care of the kids a bit more. I may need you, if you're teenage children, to start making meals for yourself, because I want to prioritize. Remember, it's your ultimate goal, your desire that you're trying to build. And then, of course, last but not least, is the plan. Remember, it's a six-step system, very simple. You need to come up with an ultimate plan. This plan will help you get grounded. It will remind you of where you need to focus. And then once it gets derailed, you can always go back to it, because once you have the plan, you can go back to see what it is that you need to. So, it's just that nitty gritty. where you can refer back to the plan anytime you get off track, as we do. Like tomorrow, well, maybe Saturday, I've decided I'm on a no do anything day. I'm going to chill. This is me. But from Sunday, I've just like Melissa, see, I got myself, I'm going to be training with somebody. I'm frightened, really. I have to tell him to be gentle with me. But on Sunday, we're gonna start training with this gentleman, and then I'm gonna do Thai bow and whatever. So I'm excited,
Uh-huh.
but I'm also a little bit apprehensive because these moves are not as good as they used to. But don't let that fool you. I still got me some swing.
I'm sure.
So, and I made a plan. So simple plan just to show you before, because I'm done.
Okay.
This is my world right now. It's my fat weekly life schedule.
Oh.
That's how precise I am. So from next week, I've even put when I'm meant to be sleeping. I've got when I'm showering, cooking, my client sessions, my study time, because I'm also back at university doing a second degree. So, I want to ensure that I'm still getting my dreams and goals completed. I don't want to just start too many and then nothing ever accomplished.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that I put the vision ahead of me and I can see
Wow.
what it is that I need to do. So this, you don't have to be as, as like
No,
me.
I like it. I like that.
But it's just me. That's just how I like to work. I like to be organized. I like to see what's what. I can actually, if I forget, I put it on my phone. I can just turn and, in actual fact, a prime example, if I'm at work, because I'm in the office as well, we're back, because we're coming out of quarantine. And I know that I've got, but even in my lunch break, I've now allocated time for me to be able to do my third income stream. So
Yeah. So I was just about to ask you,
yes.
have you put in time for that? Because
Yes.
you have
So
so
if you
many
see
things going on.
that's in the green in the middle. It says, so
Ah.
that's in my lunch break. And then you see in the blue, it says it will be closing trade. So I've actually got, I'll do that. I'll start it in the afternoon. And this is what I'm allocating,
Good.
when I get semester breaks, then I could maybe do some more.
Some more.
But I'm being realistic with my time because I'm still studying as well
Sure.
and I'm working. So that's just something I've had to put together so I stay focused.
I had to do this. I had to do the same thing. I have a schedule that has pretty much everything, every meeting, every all of my shows, that everything's on a schedule, or else I'll forget. Number one, I'll forget, or it just won't get done.
It doesn't get done. You just need to keep going back to have a look. So, in all that we do, we need to, you want to accomplish great things. I don't think there's anyone out there that doesn't have a passion or desire to accomplish great things. And what happens is we are all given the same 24 hours, but it's determination. It's the, even if you fail something, not giving up, because that's not failure. That's actually learning. That's what people don't realize. A fail is a learn because you tried. A true fail is when you don't try at all.
Right.
But once you've tried, you haven't failed. You've learned. Because I'm sure if someone else says to you, oh, no, I did that before, I'm not going to do that again. I did that. That didn't work. So now I'm going to try something else. So that was a learning curve for you. And then as you continue to grow and develop, and that's why I changed from just having goals. When you have a goal, when you reach that goal, you kind of stop. And that's the reason why many people are just there in their career and they've been there for 10, 20 years. Mm-hmm. Or, you've gone and done your degree and you got that and then you stop. Mm-hmm. But if you're into growth, you'll continue to grow. And that's how you will build that generational wealth. You'll change some of those generational curses that we've encountered as our people. Mm-hmm. That will also allow you to also leave a legacy behind, and not just of your wealth, but of you as a character, of how you did things. People will remember that, that positive impact, how are you being perceived in your world? And that's really a key factor to leaving your legacy. Mm-hmm. So, that's really that's it. That's your 6 simple step system.
6 simple steps.
That's
and you put them so nicely that anybody could pick them up. I think you stopped sharing, but would you maybe just run through them? Just share them. Just run through them real quick, one
Okay.
straight after another, and just give us a nice little summary in a package.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Yeah. And I want to welcome Hainsworth Latine. I want to welcome Marva Riley and also Hope Plummer, as well as everybody else that was in there. Dr. Rose is here, Susan Morris, Kimberly Sumter, and Gary Dixon, Marcia Demers. If Marva says growth is continuous. You're absolutely right,
That's
says
right.
Marva. And if you have any comments or questions for Anna Miss Thang, please go ahead and drop them in. Even if it's just to give her a shout out, we would love to have that as part of the show. You know, you're all a part of the show. You know that already.
Okay, so
Yeah, just give us them one more time, real quick, and then summarize for us.
okay, so number one is the big picture. So as I said, define what your goal is, your first goal. And make five, but aim to take them out in each one at a time. So what's the big picture? But what do you really desire to accomplish first? And that could be the simplest thing. That can mean like coming out of lockdown quarantine. Do you know what? I actually want to go to have afternoon tea, which is one of my favorites. There you go. There's a goal. But that's what you do. So then after you've done the big picture, you want to assess. So make sure that you assess your current working processes, how you've done things before. The things that work for you, then definitely keep doing them. If things haven't worked, then let's make some changes and adjustments. And don't be shy to seek some support or assistance from someone else that has been there. One of the things that people don't realize is that anyone that becomes great, they followed someone else.
Yeah.
They have studied and looked and watched at what that great person did, and then they've mastered it. Okay. So then you go to eliminate everything and anything that will stand in your way from getting to where you want to go. And if you have to tell the family and people around you, look, I'm not going to be available for the next 6 months, 3 months,
right.
whatever time. If they love you and they care and they want you to succeed, they'll give you that space. You're not going to just ignore them altogether. You can say, look, Saturdays is our day, whatever. But the rest of the week, I've got to be focused. So you eliminate the distractions from life.
Yep.
And then you want to delegate. Don't forget that you're not an island. We were born with human beings around us. Yes, you could do it by yourself, but why take the strain? One thing I tell people in the office, you do know that if you die, they're going to say next. They're going to put out. There is a position available. Right? And that's reality. So learn to delegate, share the load. Okay. And then prioritize because that's important. Prioritize. I'm not saying to negate your family duties, but then you have to learn to prioritize. You have your business goals or your dream goals. Then you have to know you have children, you have your partner. You have to prioritize so that everyone still gets some of you. Okay. Yes. And then you cannot, if you know that saying, if you don't plan, then you've planned to fail. So Planning is key. So you have that blueprint to continue to go back to. So you can say, okay, yes, I wanted to achieve this in this time, and this is what I've done. I haven't kept that. That's fine. I'm going to keep going. So planning is really important. And then if you're like me, or as Melissa says as well, she does the same. Get yourself a schedule. It sounds really high school, but it works. Get yourself a schedule and try your best to work towards the schedule. You, of course, don't be rigid. You have to be flexible because life happens, but try and at least go along with the schedule because that will help you to stay focused. So
beautiful.
That's it.
Beautifully done, Anna Miss Thang. I love it. I love it. Now, how can people get in touch with you if they want to, connect with you, and also I'd like you to also tell us about the different things you have going on as far as your coaching, your book, your blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what someone said to me? You're so busy all the time. How do you do anything? And I was like, I didn't even think about it. But you just live. I think as well, because I have to fit in. When I have a crisis, I can be down for months. So when I'm up, I gotta get up.
You gotta get up
Yeah,
with it.
I can't
Wow.
wait, to do whatever. I mean, remember, I had an asthma attack in February. I was out for like 6 weeks.
I didn't
You
realize
know,
she was out for that long. I know that
yeah.
there was a time where you couldn't really barely
Talk.
talk.
Right. So,
Yeah.
that's what it is. So I'm writing a book. Currently, I'm in the process of writing, well, completing one and writing two others. So I've got three books that I should have. One was supposed to be out by this month, but again, because I was unwell, but that's okay. It's coming, people. It's coming. So
Uh-huh.
that one is called No Sex, Please. I'm
Oh,
a
okay.
Christian. Yeah,
Okay.
right. And
Okay.
I'm discussing I'm discussing the fact that they believe that when you get saved, that everything shuts off until you get married. And if you have been a celestial version, I wish you all the best. But if you're like the rest of us sinners, then you have to work on stuff with Jesus. So that's one of the things that we talk about. And I've spoken to different people just to hear what their experiences are and how they feel that in the faith-based, and that's not just in Christian, Muslim, whatever, they're not getting that support on how to handle their sexuality.
Mhm.
So that's that book. And then, of course, I am coaching. And so I do life coaching. I have a course called 7 Steps to Healing and Transformation. So that's working on your your mindset, as well as then leading you on to health. For me, how have I survived and done so well? Having the lupus, I had to change my whole life 360. So everything I eat, how I maintain and look after myself, and even if I'm in crisis, I don't stay down.
Mm.
It's a mindset.
Right.
So that, and then of course now I'm doing, as I said, Let's Parent. That's what it's called. It's Teen Parenting 101, and that's just talking about different areas with regards to finance. One of the things that parents don't talk about with their children, finance. So then you
Mm.
get a lot of young people going to college, and then they go and spend and squander the student loan, thinking it's their money when it's not, and then they've got
Right.
to pay it back. It's about teaching, teaching them good financial management, how to be safe online. We have so much predators, the
Oh,
cyber world, how to become best friends, but still parent. So these are the things. Because you always get these ones that they're either the best friend and there's no parenting or guidance, or
mhm.
they're just overly strict and rigid. What's the balance there as a parent? And then also, you will always have me being that safe space for your team. That is so important. So, there's just different topics that we talk about and we go through. So yeah, I'm an all-rounder. I've been blessed to been had the opportunity to work in each arena.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think as well, what is so crazy, having been hospitalized so many times, I've actually learned some medical stuff, but I won't even put that out there because I know Marsha's online. But um, so it's a thing where I'm not going to quit. I
Uh-huh.
will be honest, I have down days. One of my books are when I first got the lupus and I was very depressed and I just was like, woe me, like, why is this happening to me type of thing. And then it was like, well, why not? What makes you different,
Mm. Mm.
to somebody else? But how are you
Right.
going to live with this? And
Mhm.
so I was like, well, that's not nice. And so I had to, start working with that. And I had some really down times of depression.
Mhm.
And then, going through my job, I had to train and work on it. So now I can identify that. I can even identify when I'm feeling low,
Mm.
as well as
Mm.
working with other people. So, that's something it's My Depression, SOS Out of Darkness. So that's one of the books that I'm writing. And it's just so I
Cool.
can support people, especially if they've got pre-existing medical conditions. And one of the things that happens is, sadly, we judge each other. So because I look so normal, no one understands the struggle I have every morning. So I'm in pain and I have to take about 30 minutes or more if it's cold to get up out of the bed because I can't.
You need to be in Florida, Anna.
I know. That's why I'm trying to move. I can't do this. Right. And so that's just the beginning of my day. And then I have to struggle and stand up and, things like this. So, you go through a process. And if I did, I would be like, I get those days. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm fed up. I don't want to. I can't be bothered. And I just like, woe me, woe me.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it's like, okay, get up, stop your foolishness, and do you. But that's the sort of thing. It's changing that mindset, accepting. There's days when you're going to be tired. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Accept the day you're tired. Accept the day you don't want to clean the house. It's the house is not going to die. I had to learn that. I was a clean freak. And then having been in hospital and then coming out, like after I was in hospital for the first time, 3 months, and no one cleans my house, I was traumatized.
I bet.
And then when I came home, I was like, I can't clean my house. And I started crying. I was devastated. And then afterwards, I realized, you know what? I ain't going to die. The dust ain't going to
I gotta jump in here, Anna, because you talk about all these different things and how you're sort of coping and whatever, but I see you like as a superwoman, because to know that you're working full time, right, and you're doing a full load at college, back at university, and then you have this other business, and then you have your coaching business and all of that. You're writing books. I don't know how you do it all. I see you as a superwoman. I gotta give you props. I gotta give you kudos. I gotta just big you up, because you are something.
It's Jesus, trust me.
Special.
My savior. No, it's me and Jesus. That's what I do. And I say to the Lord, look, I want you to use me so that it will bless others. If somebody, that's why, I'm a domestic violence and a child sexual abuse advocate and warrior. And these are things that I work with a lot of women and men with, because these are sadly things I too have experienced. But I want people to understand that your life is not over. Your life can begin when you choose it to. You determine your destiny, not anyone else.
Right.
And that's the difference.
Right. Even amidst past trauma and past hurt, you're still in control of how you live the rest of your life after that has happened.
Because if you have to let that go.
Yeah, and I'm not going to just really brush over that, because that's a whole other show, right? Yeah. That's a whole other show. But I just want to just acknowledge that that part of what you've said. I'm definitely not brushing over it. Let's just take a few of the comments that people have made here. Marva says growth is continuous. Marva, we had Marva on the show. She was the person, the health, the registered nurse, remember? Yes. And so many people loved her content. I'll tell you, people are still talking about that show, Marva. Planning ahead helps me keep the stress levels down. Yes, you have to plan ahead, because if you don't know what's coming up, or you don't know what you could potentially miss, you'll be just forever just frantic. You have to plan ahead, schedule. It's so important. It's so important. I keep a daily calendar. So do I, girlfriend. I tell you, you have to.
Yes. Google is my friend on my phone.
Well done. You should see my calendar right now. It's crazy. Actually, I have multiple calendars and have different layers. So if I just want to only focus on, let's say, the show, I'll just put up the blue calendar. If I just want to focus on my other business,
what I'm saying. I can't keep up with you.
If I want to focus on the business, I'll look at the red schedule.
Wow.
You gotta make a system that works for you, right?
Yes, definitely.
Jesus understands, says Marva. And Eric, welcome, Eric. I haven't seen you for a long time. I tell you, man, he used to always be here with us. I totally agree about parenting should include financial responsibility. If I had been taught, I think I would have a 350 credit score today. If I had been taught, or if you hadn't been taught.
I mean, either way, what he's saying there is such a key. But one of the blessings about life is that even if your credit score was like 0, you now can work on a plan on changing that. Now it takes time, but as long as you're determined, you can do it. And sometimes we don't realize that even paying the little debts off, think of it like this in a pyramid. So you pay up, you're looking at the debts and it just looks, humongous. Flip that pyramid upside down and start with the small debt. Okay, that one might have been £100. Yeah, ticket, gonna clear that. Boom, that's gone. You've moved up the ladder. Do you see what I mean? So you just take that time.
The snowball effect.
Right.
I tell you, with financial literacy, I think that's so important. And my teachers when I was in my 20s, 30s, 20s, 30s, and 40s was
Mhm.
Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey. Those are
Mm.
two people that taught me how about financial literacy, and that was all through TV or or the internet. And
Right.
those are the people that taught me how. Yeah, he meant to say if he hadn't, I thought so.
Right.
Those
Okay.
people that taught me financial literacy, and and even later now, even now, I'm learning about financial independence and financial the finance markets and what the
Right.
banks are doing with your money and
Hmm.
currencies and all of that stuff because I've joined this new academy, and it's like my mind has totally been opened up.
Right.
and
Right.
and I think it's just so important to equip yourself with the information that is going to help you to
Yeah.
get to the levels that you want to get to. And
Definitely.
I'll just make a quick plug right there regarding the financial literacy, the financial independence, and
Hmm.
legacy building, all of that. If anybody out there is interested in that type of information, get in touch with me because I can put you onto something that will blow your mind absolutely out of this water. And Anna knows what I'm talking about.
I
Marcy knows
do.
what I'm talking about. Gary knows what I'm talking about. And if you guys want the secret source of what we're into, and we're barely scratching the surface at this moment. You're not going to
Hmm.
hear us talking about it too much at the moment. But we as soon as we're ready, we're gonna be talking about this like
It's gonna be
every
blown up. Yeah.
5 minutes. So just get ready. Just get ready for that. Um, yeah, let's just continue with these comments. Great information. Adam is saying, MJ, great content as usual. Thank you. You're so welcome. I think we're
Thank
at the
you.
top of the hour. Yep, 5 minutes to go. And fire movement is on.
Yes,
Yes, Anna,
definitely.
let us know your social media, how people can get in touch with you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should have put it in the chat.
I think
It's
does this one have anything on it?
um it's
Not,
got no. So what
no.
it is, it's the I could put it in the chat and then you could
Yeah, just share your contact information, and,
yeah,
and essentially people do a search for Anna Miss Thang.
mistake.
You'll
Yeah.
find her on Facebook and Instagram with that name, and connect with her. She has again
So
business coaching.
and
Um,
then I'm on Instagram as Anna Miss Thing as well. And I'm on YouTube. You cannot miss me.
okay,
Yeah.
yes, yes, indeed. There, Eric saying financial education is similar to counting how many shots one can get from a pint of whiskey. Eric, talk to me after this call. I mean, talk to me after. I actually I want to connect with you, Eric, tomorrow if we can. I want to have a quick call with you. I want to just let you know something that's going on, and I think you are the ideal person because you are a crazy guy. I know. You missed the show. Let's catch up tomorrow, Eric, and Anna. I
Yes.
want to thank you, my dear, for staying up so late to get on this. You look
I'm
like
awake now. Well,
you look like
you
you're
guys,
wide
I
awake.
am, and I'm actually going to go and do some work for college as well. So,
All right, guys.
so yeah.
This
So thank
this
you
is
very much for having me. And as I said, I'm one of your fans. I'm a cheerleader. So woo woo. I am excited to see you continue to grow from strength to strength and success to success. So go for it.
all right, everybody. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I know we've been away for a couple of weeks for the last 2 weeks of the first quarter. We have another amazing quarter coming up, and set yourself your goals for the next quarter.
Hmm.
Let me just put the website in that you gave me here. Ba, 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 ba. Let's just give this. Let's just do a quick banner here. Oops, that's mine. Hold on. Let's just drop yours in here.
Oh, it didn't come into the comments. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show that. So here's one. Here's Anna Miss Thang's website. Anna Miss Thang at podia.com.
Yeah,
That's
that's the course website. So
that's the
that's where some
course.
of my course, and then The other one is the actual website itself, where you can
And then
get.
the website is just adamistang.com.
That's right.
You
You
can't.
can know a bit
And
more.
it's Miss Thang with an A, you guys.
That's
Adam
right.
Miss
It's
Thang.
Miss Thang. That's correct. It's not Thing. It's Miss Thang. Got to make it right. And I want everyone to know, don't even feel perturbed if you ever hear the word fat. Okay. Remember, fat stands for fabulous and thriving. And why is that? Because we're all flawsome. We have flaws, but we're still awesome.
I love that. We have flaws, but we're still awesome. And
That's
Adam Miss
right.
Thang is
Flawsome.
always awesome.
That's right.
Tell us about your lives. Are you still doing lives?
Yeah, like you, because I was unwell. We took time out. So from next Sunday, I'm back doing OMG Real Talk. We've got a lot. We've got people coming back with the 1 year after having COVID. So I'm interviewing some people who had COVID and now 1 year later, because there's different things that happen to them. We're also going to be talking about NASX and this excitement that is going on about him with these satanic shoes and the real reason why he done them. So yeah, if you want to hear about them, he's got some satanic shoes that Nike is suing him for, well, not him, but the company that did them, due to the fact that he's got a drop of blood in them and he's got the 666 symbol on there. But he's done this as an outcry because of how he was treated in the church as a young person growing up. And he's just angry. And I want people to understand that many people use the word Christianity and are really unkind. And he's had to
Yeah.
go through a lot. So that's one of the things that we'll be talking about. It's not about, because he did Satan. Yeah, get over it. Satan, if you're a Christian, you know about Satan. Get over it.
Right. Eric is asking, where is your accent from?
My accent is from the UK and I am in London at present, but it's a bit mixed because I'm not just the UK. I used to be in Atlanta, so I've got a little bit of the A, and then we've got the Caribbean. So yeah, I'm an enigma. It's not the normal type of accent.
All right, everybody, we'll see you guys next week with another amazing show. We're going to have
Definitely.
we have another guest. Oh, we have another guest coming up who is going to be so awesome. We're going to hear a lot of different things. I'm not even going to tell you what it is about. We're going to save it as a surprise. But trust me, we have a great guest coming up. The next few weeks, we're going to have some great shows, some different things as well. We're going to have a discussion about a particular topic coming up soon as well. So get ready for some awesome shows for Q2. Like I was saying before, make your goals, make your plan, make your schedule. Let's get busy. Let's focus on our goals. All the things that Anna says. Look at the big picture. Access. Eliminate the stuff that's distracting you. Delegate if you need to. Prioritize, plan, schedule. And we'll be back. We'll be back on our schedule at 8:00 next week with a new fabulous show. So bye everyone. And bye, Anna Miss Thang.
Goodbye, all. Have a great one. Happy Easter for those that are celebrating.
All right. See you guys. Next week. See you next week, guys. I'm going to just put this on thingy about. All right. Bye.
Bye.